Hello guys, so today I'm going to continue with the free kicks tutorial. In part 1 I talk about how to score a free kick and how to stop one, and I also talk about how to fool your opponent when playing offline. But for online it's gonna take a little bit different of approach. If you haven't seen the first part yet, I will put the link in the description, so be sure to check that out. And let's get to this video. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is to use a two free kick taker setup. You can do this by pressing L1 and directional button up or down. Let's try L1 and up first. You can see I call the second free kick taker, and what you want is two different players who have two different stronger foot. So basically I have Beckham with the right stronger foot and Salah, the second free kick taker, with the left stronger foot. And so you can shoot the ball using the first player by just using the square button like you usually do, and you can kick the ball using the second player by holding L2 and the square button to shoot the ball. So let's try it first using the first player, just the square button, and then curls one in like that, like in the first video that I show you. Use about 50 to 60% of power gauge, and then when as you shoot the ball, use your left stick to hold it to curl the ball in. Let's try it again with the second player. So this time, because Salah is on the left foot, so I want to curl it away from the goalkeeper, so maybe about here. Oh, I forgot to hold L2, so be sure to hold L2 to kick with the second kicker. Alright, so about there I think, and hold it, something like that. Okay, so that's the basic of two free kick setup. So the one that I want to show you guys is using L1 and X button to pass the ball just in front of the kicker, so that you can dribble a bit and shoot the ball towards the goal. So let's see here. If you can see, the current position of the ball is on this right side of the goal, so you want to attack on the left side using Salah. So you want to use the first kicker to pass the ball, so you can do that by pressing L1 and X. And if you want to use the second kicker to pass the ball instead, then you have to hold both L2 and L1, then press X to pass the ball using the second kicker. So because we're attacking on the left side, so I'm going to use Beckham to pass the ball so that Salah can shoot with his left foot. And before you do that, you can use your L1 button to change the position of the player on the field, so that you can have more room like that. Okay, so then use L1 and X to pass the ball like that. Then you can use Salah to shoot the ball like that. Alright, let's try it again. Bring up the second kicker using L1 and directional button, then use L1 and X to pass the ball to the second kicker, then run with the second kicker and shoot the ball. Okay, so bring up the second kicker using L1 and X, then using the L2, L1 and X for the second kicker to pass the ball, then use the first kicker to run and shoot the ball and score a goal. So the next one is you can also run out wide instead of cutting in and shoot. So you run out wide and cross the ball instead. So bring up the second kicker and use him to pass the ball using L2, L1 and X. Use the first kicker to run and cross it to score a goal like that. So let's try this side. Bring up the second kicker using L1 and directional button. So you want to pass using the first kicker because the second kicker has the stronger foot, the left foot, to cross the ball. But if you notice that the left back is behind them, so maybe you can involve him too by passing the ball to him instead. So use the first kicker to pass the ball to the second kicker, then use the second kicker to give a through ball to the left back to cross the ball. Like that, then cross the ball. Alright, so the next one is to fake a shot when using two free kick setup. So bring up the second kicker using L1 and directional button. And then when you fake a shot, you cannot change the direction for the second kicker, so pick the correct target in the first place. Since we're using Salah to shoot the ball, the second kicker, so you want to curl the shot away from the keeper, so about here instead of there, so about here. Then you hold the X button to fake the shot. Let's try it. Hold X, it's gonna fake a shot. Then if you can see, I try to change the direction, it won't move. So now you can shoot with the second kicker. So let's try it again. Bring up the second kicker using L1 and directional button. Then pick the target based on the second kicker. Then shoot the ball with the first kicker and hold X to fake, then shoot it again. Of course, you can also shoot with the first kicker. Bring up the second kicker using L1 and directional button. And then aim to the target as per the first kicker preference, maybe there. Curl ball in. And then use the second kicker to shoot first by using L2 and then fake the shot by holding X. Then shoot with the first kicker, hold your left stick. Alright, so for online, what you want to do is bring up your second kicker and then target it as the second kicker that you want to shoot. So let's say I want to kick with Beckham, so align it here. So then you shoot with the second kicker by pressing L2 and square, but you fake the shot to see if he moved the keeper to that open goal there. You can change to the goalkeeper when defending using L1 and R3 to stop the ball, to stop a free kick. You can see that one I talked about in part 1 of this free kick tutorial. So what you want to do is to test whether they're going to move the keeper there. So you can fake the shot. If he didn't move, then shoot with the second kicker. But if he do move it to there, but since you cannot change the direction of the shot already, so instead you pass the ball towards the middle. Let's take a look how to do it. Use L2 and square to shoot with the second kicker. Hold it to fake the shot, then you can see if the keeper moves towards the open goal there, so you cannot shoot if he didn't move, if he didn't change to the keeper. So then you can proceed to shoot with this free kick taker. But if he did move, so if you shoot it, he's going to save it. So instead you can pass the ball to the middle, then shoot the ball instead. Alright, let's try it again. Bring up the second kicker. Line up your free kick. Use the second kicker to fake the shot to test whether the goalkeeper will be closing down on that open goal. If he did not move, then you can use the first free kick taker to shoot the ball. If he did move, he's going to save that ball, so pass the ball towards the middle instead. So you do not want to aim the pass because it's going to go out wide instead, so just use the X button. So let's try it. Shoot, fake, pass. So let's try this side this time. Want to check the player on this side whether they can receive the ball or not. If they are behind or in front of the defender, you can see he is behind of the defender, so that dude will take that ball instead. So you want to move them around using L1 as you take the shot. Alright, so L1 again to get them back. So when you want to take the shot, press L1. Alright, so here I'm going to take a shot, press L1, then shoot the ball, fake, pass, then shoot the ball. Alright, so the last technique that I want to show you guys is using L1 and right stick up to pick a player inside this group here and use him to move into the box to get a cross from the free kick taker. What you want to do first is line up a 2 free kick taker setup, and then you want to cross about the middle there. Use about 30% or 40% of power gauge. As you get that power gauge up, quickly use L1 and right stick up to switch to the player here and move him into the box to head the ball. So let's try it. To the middle, cross, 30% power, move to the player, take a shot, it's a goal. Alright, so let's try this side this time. Bring up the second kicker, cross about the middle there. Then you can use the second kicker too to cross the ball, but be ready to switch to the player in the group there using L1 and right stick up. Right stick up, move him, goal. Alright, so that's it for this free kick tutorial. I hope you guys had a good time watching this. If you find this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to get updated on more future tips and tutorials. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.